In today's video, I'm gonna teach you how 1,000 or a bit more, then that's perfect. Now, any money that you invest in the stock market should be viewed as a long-term investment. So invest it and don't touch it. Give it time, let it grow, let it pay you dividends. Literally, it's a long-term investment. So if you wanna invest in the stock market and you have money to invest, then we move on to step number 2. So step number 2 is you need to open a brokerage account. So a brokerage account, it's really an app or a website where you can buy and sell stocks. So you sign up for an account, it's very simple. It's like opening up a bank account. It's quick, it's easy, it's free. Just so you know, there is zero cost to open a brokerage account. So as a matter of fact, many brokerage accounts will give you some money or free stocks as a promotion. It's because they want your business. So you know how some banks, well, you've probably seen this, they'll offer you some free money. If you open a savings account with them, it's basically the same thing. It's like that. So I'm gonna leave you a few links down below for some brokerage accounts that are free, easy to use, no minimum requirements, and offer a sign-up bonus. So after you open up a brokerage account, then we can move on to step 3. Step number 3, after you open up a brokerage account, you will need to deposit money into your brokerage account to buy stocks. So most people transfer money from their bank accounts. So this process is very easy. At your brokerage account, you're gonna see an option to make a deposit. So you're gonna enter your banking information and then you'll be able to make deposits and withdrawals whenever you want to and from your bank account. So after transferring money to your brokerage accounts, then we can move on to step number 4. Step number 4 is to choose a stock to buy. So stay with me here. I don't want you to get overwhelmed. I'm gonna give you the best advice if you're a beginner. So once you've transferred money to your brokerage accounts, you're gonna see that you have money just sitting in your brokerage accounts, and now you are ready to buy stocks. As a beginner, I recommend that you do 2 things. So the first thing is that you diversify. Don't concentrate all your money into one stock. That's very risky. So you can buy one stock at a time, but over time, make sure that you have multiple stocks in your account. So there's no magic number. It can be 5 stocks. It could be 20 stocks. Number 2 is to stick to the bigger stocks. As a beginner, stick to the billion-dollar, trillion-dollar companies that you're familiar with. Don't gamble with risky penny stocks. So let me clarify. As a beginner, you should invest in bigger name brand companies that you've heard of, like Microsoft, Visa, Costco, Nike, FedEx, Allstate Insurance, Lululemon, CVS, etc. So at least you'll have a rough idea of what those companies do. Do not buy risky, tiny little companies that you've never heard of. Have you heard of Adentex Group? Or how about Treasure Global? Or how about Akanda Corp? Now, I've never heard of those tiny little companies. I've never seen their products or services. I don't even know what they do. If you don't even know what you're dealing with, don't invest your money in their stock. If you really wanted to, you could research them, look for hidden gems. However, as a beginner, just stick to the bigger stocks. If you don't know what stocks to buy, if you don't have the time or the willingness to research, then here's what I recommend that you do. I recommend that you buy an index fund or an ETF. If you buy an index fund or an ETF, then that's like buying a little bit of everything. In the long run, you really can't go wrong with an index fund or an ETF that tracks the S&P 500. As a beginner, you'll be better off buying an ETF instead of an index fund. Here are 3 ETFs that I would buy. So it's the SPY, IVV, or VOO. So they're all very similar. If I had to buy one of these, I would buy VOO. Now, step number 5 is how to buy a stock. Honestly, it doesn't matter what brokerage account that you have. It's the same process to buy a stock. They will ask you what stock are you trying to buy, how many shares, and at what price. So if I want to buy Ford Motor Company, for example, the stock symbol for that is F. They call it the ticker symbol. So if I wanted to buy Ford, the car company, the price is at $11.01 per share. If I want to buy 5 shares of their stock, then I would place a buy order for 5 shares of Ford Motor Company, ticker symbol F, for $11.01 a share. So the buy order would be $55.05 in total. So after the buy order executes, you will now be holding 5 shares of Ford stock in your brokerage account. Okay, and moving on to step number 6, it's how to sell a stock. So after you buy a stock, you can sell it whenever you want. You could sell it the same day, you could sell it in a few days, you could sell it years from now. You just place a sell order. So of course, the goal is to sell the stock for a higher price than what you bought it for. For example, if Ford Motor Company stock goes up to $20 a share and you want to sell your 5 shares, then you would place a sell order for 5 shares of Ford Motor Company, ticker symbol F, for $20 a share. Once your sell order executes, your Ford stock will be gone and you'll end up with $100 in your account. Step number 7 is how to cash out. So it's very easy to withdraw money from your brokerage account. So you simply put in a withdrawal order. Most people withdraw money from their brokerage accounts back to their bank accounts. So it's free and it's quick. It usually takes about a day for the money to be back in your bank accounts. Step number 8, taxes. So when the year ends on December 31st, your brokerage account will send you a tax form called the 1099 Consolidated. So you're going to receive this in early to mid-February. So this is going to give you all the tax information that you need to report on your tax returns. Easy. This is nothing to worry about.